Flagg, Eagleton here at America's Last Line of Defense. Today looks like we're going to have to cover something that's been pretty popular. It's the story about Nancy Pelosi taking $2.4 billion of our money and moving it out of Social Security and into her impeachment fund, her illegal impeachment fund, if you will. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on with it, because the story originated on a site, and what's been going on now more than the story is the fact check, and this is interesting because we don't normally sanction the fact checks around here because they're fact checkers are liberal liars. You know, like 862% of the time a fact check is going to be completely opposite and contrary to what we know to be, you know, our version of the alt truth, which is the right thing and not what the mainstream media might show you. So that's the position that you got to start from. And now we found a fact checker that actually fact checks things. And what we're looking at here is it says a fact check. It says yes, Nancy Pelosi moved billions from SSI to cover impeachment costs. Okay. And then it says right underneath it, it says, "Oh boy, she never stops." It says it right there. "Oh boy, she never stops." Now this was written by a Phallus Gunnington, and it's under the category of junk news fact check, fake news fact check. So this site is fake news fact checkers that fact checks fake news. So they use these strange, weird worded categories, so maybe you'd be a little confused on whether or not it's real or fake or whatever's going on over there. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll notice this part that says here that says true. It says true right on it there. I can see it. It says plain as day. So that's as far as most people's getting with the fact check is what I can tell, because there's a lot of people reading it and telling people sharing it, and the problem is the fact check comes from the place called the Freedom Fictions, and so we figured that it's a good fact check at first, and then you look at it afterwards and you realize that it's just kind of poking fun at folks, and they make it just pretty obvious here. The claim is Nancy Pelosi moved $2.4 billion from Social Security funding to cover the cost of Donald Trump's illegal impeachment proceedings. The report was made in an article published on. Now we're gonna go ahead and not read off the name of the networks to protect ourselves from being sued. You know, because you never know with these journalistical types whether or not they want to know people to know who they are, and sometimes they try to hide it real well. So we don't want to go ruffling no feathers. We're not going to say it out loud. It's there, but you know you got to read it. It's a satire network, and it's clearly labeled as such. And despite the fact that, and the dubious name of the author, Phallus Gunnington, phallus is a synonym for penis. Can we say that? Can we say that? Phallus is a synonym for penis. The article has been shared by nearly 1 million pea-brained Trump chumps clamoring about losing their Social Security. We researched and rate this true. It says they researched it and they reached the conclusion that it's true. So, I mean, what difference does it make all the stupid things that they say? Is it true? Is it not true? And then underneath it, it goes on to say that Pelosi would in no way be able to pull off such a ridiculous stunt, even if she wanted to, and $2.4 was randomly invented to sound large. Although it would be worth it to see the cartoon embarrassment of a president gone. Again, I think maybe somebody's been hacking into the computers and seeing that, because this is this what it says? This is what it says on the website. It's at any rate, we at Freedom Fictions rate this tale true. There it is again. They rate the tale true. I mean, is this intentionally supposed to be deceiving? What's going on here? All right, because we are also part of the side. And again, we don't want to get nobody in trouble. Okay, over here we don't want anybody sending us them notices when they get their stuff stolen and stuff. And if we even say the name, then you never know these people. They're a little out of control with that. So I mean, it's right there. You just got to read it. And honestly, if this is in the article and you still can't tell it's satire, you need to kick in the balls. Now that's in reference to this thing that says Speaker of the House Pelosi isn't too keen on having that number creep out into the public eye. So yesterday, as evidenced by the filing of reappropriation form 77A, see, this is losing me now. In the Congressional Budget Office, she quickly moved the amount from the Department of Social Security to cover the costs. Are you retired? Well, get ready to pay, bitch. I mean, is that what it says? All right, 242,000 people have shared the fact check, but I mean, it says that it's true. So, in the end, I guess it's true. So, it says so right there. I guess where else do you go with it? You know what we should do? We should look into the comments and see if that helps. What's going on with the comments? There's all kinds of stuff. How good is my microphone? Can you hear me clicking in the mouse? Because I feel like people can hear it. And all right, here we go. If this is true, she should have to pay it back out of her millions. Now, I mean, I'm not no mathematician or nothing, but I'm thinking that if she's got millions, she ain't going to be able to pay $2.4 billion. Or maybe I'm thinking of things backwards and prime numbers isn't prime or something. I don't even know what that means. I was trying to sound smart. Anyway, let's move on. I'm not real sure that one's going to, all right, they need to keep their grubby hands off of that money. It is not a fund for them to dip into whenever they please. That money belongs to hardworking people of this nation. As a retirement fund, it should be off limits to the politician. It's not their money. I wonder if the working people and persons that are retired can sue them to make them put it back. Now, that is a well thought out, it's well written, it's articulate. You would think that person would have any goddamn clue what's going on. You know what I mean? I guess not. It doesn't seem, but again, I'm not going to try to ruffle no feathers. It says true, so we're just going to go ahead and go with that it's true. All right. Are you kidding me? Who in their right mind would approve such a thing? Surely she can't go do with the money what she wants. Somebody needs to hold her accountable for all this money shifting per se. All right. So let's see what else we got going on. I would like to know how she was able to do this without Congress permission. So would we, because that would have, if you could go and look into that somehow and find out whether or not this is something that the Speaker of the House of Representatives could actually do or not. I mean, there may be a way to find out, but we haven't discovered it yet. So, are you kidding me? That's BS. I can't say. Can we say that? No, we can't say that. Okay, that's BS. That money is fully retired Americans. I mean, is the money made of fully retired Americans, or what's going on? The money is fully retired Americans. She's wrong. Not all old people had a chance to rob millions from my government like her. I mean, I don't know what to say about the millions that Nancy Pelosi has robbed from the government. And apparently she was poor and now she's not. So, or was she? Again, sometimes it's just things you're never going to be able to find out. There's no way to know. So the government should seize her accounts and distribute the money to the American people. Now, this right here is the greatest goddamn thing I've seen all day. You want to take the money from the criminals and give it back to the poor. That's the Robin Hood shit right there. And if we could do that to Nancy Pelosi, I would vote for whoever made that happen, as long as it's Donald Trump. So there's that. She should be behind bars for so many reasons. They're an unlisted, both. It sounds really good. Who let her that not governed money? That money belongs to the American working man and woman. Take money out of their pension fund and replace it. Oh, that's a lot of words. Let's just say that there are enough comments up there to make this thing look like it's really going down in one way, shape, or form or another on the internet. This is a thing that's sadly actually happening. So, oh, all right. Now, that was my turtle. If you heard the click and saw the lighting change, that was because it's time for my turtle to go to bed. His name is Mr. Turtle. We like to use the Crabman's line and say, everybody, it's Mr. Turtle. Nobody owns Mr. Turtle, but he is our friend. So, on behalf of Mr. Turtle and the American people, this is Flagg Eagleton for America's Last Line of Defense. Signing off.